What a beautiful story. It reminds us that true friendship can endure the test of time and distance. Hey, if you want to hear more stories like this one, please subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. Also, be sure to check out the links below for more heartwarming stories. And with that said, let's get started. It was summer in the little town of Oakhaven. Children squealed with laughter as they chased each other through the park. The air buzzed with the happy hum of a community living in harmony. Among them were two young boys, Ethan Hayes and Noah Carter. Their friendship was as sturdy as the oak tree they liked to climb, unshakable and enduring. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the town, Ethan and Noah sat on the porch swing, lost in conversation. They talked about everything and nothing, their words tumbling over each other like the waves crashing on the nearby shore. Noah confided in Ethan about his dream of becoming an astronaut, his eyes shining with the wonder of infinite possibilities. Ethan, in turn, shared his desire to become a writer, his fingers tracing imaginary words in the air. They promised to support each other's dreams, their friendship a constant in the ever-changing landscape of their aspirations. However, as the years flew by, the carefree days of summer faded into the backdrop of their lives. High school brought with it a whirlwind of changes. New interests, academic pressures, and social circles began to pull the boys in different directions. Despite the distance that grew between them, their friendship remained a steady constant. They supported each other through the awkward years of adolescence, offering a listening ear and a shoulder to lean on when the weight of their problems became too much to bear. Then came college acceptances, which tore a physical rift in their bond. Noah got accepted into a prestigious university on the other side of the country, while Ethan received an acceptance letter from a university just a few hours away. It was a mixture of joy and envy. They hugged goodbye at the train station, promising to stay in touch, but both knew that their lives were about to change in ways they couldn't quite anticipate. Noah thrived in his new environment. The bustling city life was everything he'd dreamed of. He immersed himself in his studies, excelling in astrophysics and making new friends who shared his passion for space exploration. On the other hand, Ethan found solace in the familiarity of his hometown. He pursued a degree in English literature, finding comfort in the timeless stories that had shaped his childhood. Both boys chased their dreams with unwavering determination, their friendship a comforting memory from a simpler time. Years rolled by like passing clouds. Noah graduated, landed a job at a space agency, and worked on groundbreaking projects that took him farther away from Earth than he'd ever imagined. Ethan, too, carved out a successful career for himself. He became a well-known author, his words touching hearts across the globe. Yet despite their individual successes, a nagging feeling of emptiness lingered within them. The achievements, the accolades, and the material possessions couldn't fill the void left by the absence of their shared history, and the unspoken question, what if? One day, fate intervened. A mutual friend posted a picture from a get-together on social media, tagging both Noah and Ethan. As they stared at the screen, a sudden realization hit them. All this time, all these years, they'd been living just a few hours away from each other. A wave of emotions surged through them, regret, longing, and a desperate hope for a second chance. Almost impulsively, they decided to meet. The old oak tree in Oakhaven Park became their meeting point, a silent witness to their enduring bond. As they stood there, their adult lives a stark contrast to their youthful selves, a profound silence fell between them. It was comfortable, though, filled with the shared history that bound them together. Finally, Noah broke the silence. His voice, usually so confident, now held a tremor of vulnerability. "I never stopped thinking about you, Ethan," he confessed, his eyes searching Ethan's face. "I just kept hoping that maybe someday things would go back to how they were." Ethan met Noah's gaze, his own eyes mirroring the same sentiment. "Me too, Noah. Me too." The dam broke. Words tumbled out, years of unspoken thoughts and emotions pouring forth. They talked for hours, catching up on lost time, sharing their dreams, their fears, and the regrets that had kept them awake at night. There were awkward pauses, uncomfortable silences, and tears. But through it all, there was also laughter, genuine and unrestrained, the kind that only comes from a place of deep camaraderie. As the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows on the ground, they realized that something profound had shifted between them. The distance, both physical and emotional, had eroded some aspects of their friendship, but it had also allowed them to grow individually, to mature, and to gain a deeper understanding of themselves and their bond. They had both changed and yet remained the same. They were older, wiser, but still the boys who had once climbed the oak tree, dreaming of boundless possibilities. Walking side by side, they decided to let the past rest. They forgave themselves for the unspoken words and the missed opportunities, knowing that they couldn't rewrite history, but they could write a new chapter in their story. They made plans to visit each other more often, to stay connected not just through phone calls and text messages, but through shared experiences and creating new memories. They knew that life was unpredictable, that their paths might diverge again. But this time, there was a newfound determination in their voices as they promised to nurture their friendship, to make an effort, to bridge the gaps, and to ensure that no matter how far apart life might keep them, their bond would continue to thrive. Under the watchful eyes of the old oak tree, they sealed their promise, their laughter echoing in the twilight, carrying with it the hope of a rekindled friendship and the anticipation of a future filled with possibilities. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please consider subscribing for more heartwarming tales. Until next time, take care and remember to stay connected to the ones who matter most.